This is a show about the good guys.
A monster truck ministry. It got my ear. So are they actually gonna hit me?
I'm gonna point somebody out, they're gonna give us a little beat.
We're on bicycles, we're in downtown Nashville.
Look at her smiling at you.
Yeah!
Ready, Tim? Get ready, Tim.
Y'all are the rockinest people ever.
I'm here in Coatesville, Pennsylvania. This small town lies 39 miles west of Philadelphia, but its size is no indication of its strength. Coatesville is a steel town. It's home to the oldest operating steel mill in the US of A. I'm here to meet another good guy, and his name is Josh Kranz. I hear he's a pastor and that he has a heart for building up this community. Let's go meet him.
Hello?
Josh?
Yes, sir.
Josh Kranz?
This is me.
What's up, man? This is Tim Bisagno with Good Guys. How you doing? I guess you're up and ready this morning?
I am up and ready. Looking forward to everything.
Evidently, I'm just down the street. You want to ride?
Let's ride.
Josh!
What's up, man?
What's up, man? Nice to finally meet you.
Sure, it's nice to meet you too.
First time to Coatesville. Super loving this town already.
Born and raised here.
Oh, yeah.
Love this community with all my heart, and so hopefully you'll leave here feeling the love too.
Oh, I'm feeling love already, right now. Hey, I want to ride. It's a good day to ride.
Awesome, man. I saw your bike. I'd love to show you mine.
Let's do it.
All right,
Let's
man.
do it. Ah, I like it.
That's
dude.
right.
Scooter. This thing's radical. Having just met the guy, I didn't really have the heart to tell Josh that he doesn't really have a real bike. Man, you are representing Run Seville big time.
Let me tell you a little bit about Run Seville. This is like a t-shirt line that I started about 15 years ago. All the proceeds would go to the Coatesville basketball team and different nonprofit organizations in the city, and I've sold thousands of these shirts. One thing that you'll learn about being here is people take pride in being from here. I stole it from Run DMC, but
yeah,
it's not original to me.
I was smelling what you're stepping in, and I like it.
Let's go for a ride.
All right, I'll go get my bike.
This is a steel town. The steel for the World Trade Towers, most battleships that went out in World War II were all made here.
Right in Coatesville.
Yeah, right in Coatesville.
One of my passions is to see our team coming together and using the individual gifts that God has given each of us to grow the kingdom.
We are a media ministry that you can stand behind and feel very, very proud that you have supported this work, because this is a work that we believe is ordained of God, because by the grace of God and by God encouraging so many of you and nudging so many of you to give to our work, we continue to move forward as God opens doors. And we want to make sure that someday, as you watch this programming, you will thank God for allowing you to be a part of it. We are so excited about where God is taking us, and we hope you will be too.
Stream quality Christian content all day and all night right here on FISM TV.
This is a steel town. At its heyday, there was over 6,000 employees in the steel mill. Today, there's probably less than 500. So that brought in poverty. 30% of the people here live below the poverty line. Those are the people that we're supposed to be ministering to. The poor, the fatherless, the widowed, they're right at our front door. Like Jeremiah, the prophet, said in Lamentations, may my eyes affect my heart over the daughters of my city. So are we allowing what we see all around us affecting our heart in such a way that we just cry out to God and say, Lord, help us do something. One family at a time, one city block at a time. Just grab one life, wrap your arms around them, walk alongside of them, and instill that hope that people long for, that only Christ can offer them. You know, we've been the beneficiary of that. My dad would always tell me he's never met a man or a woman that needed Jesus more than him. So we realize our own need for Christ, our own depravity. Like, I don't deserve any of this.
Right.
You know, I'm as broken as
Keeps you grateful.
broken comes.
That's where I feel so fortunate, is that I was broken and taken to the end of myself with drugs and alcohol. That's where I understood my depravity for the very first time. I was greatly encouraged by Josh's love for the city of Coatesville. Next, he's going to take me to the very place where his heart for the city was born.
So this is the camp at Old Mill. Our ministry, County Corrections Gospel Mission, that my dad and mom founded. Got it in 1992. It was run down, dilapidated, ceilings, roofs caving in. My dad would get like letters from pastors and be like, you know, that camp is so run down, it's not a good investment. This camp went up for sale for $75,000. The only requirement was it needed to be paid off in 30 days. There was a dear old lady who passed away, and in her will, she left the exact dollar amount that they needed. Yep. To pay off and purchase the camp. And then God's people, man, began to, you know, rebuild it and reestablish it. When I was in the 8th grade, I was a counselor with campers that were like the same age as me.
Yeah.
And literally at that age, I was just like, I want to do this for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I felt God's calling to spend my life with the youth and families in the city of Coatesville, probably around that age. When I talk about discipleship, I talk about like it's a lifelong process. We're grabbing kids when they're 4 and 5 years old, and if the Lord allows, just walking alongside of those kids and families for their lives. Man, it looks like we got some ballers out here on the court today. That looks fun.
That looks serious.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, boss?
Tim, this is Autumn.
Hi, Autumn.
Great
Hi,
friend
Tim.
of ours.
How
Nice
you doing?
to meet you.
I talked to the kids. They want to have a competition with you guys.
Okay.
That'd be awesome.
All right.
Wait, are we on the same team
Who
or different
competes
teams?
against who?
Okay, I think they want one and the other one. Switch all up.
You are going
down.
Game number 1, knockout. All right, so here's the rules of knockout. Everybody in a line. We're gonna alternate a player from each team. The first 2 players get a ball, so you need a ball.
I'm gonna get you.
Give me that ball. You don't get a ball. Once you make a basket, go to the end of the line, give your ball to the next in line. So you can't stop shooting till you make a basket.
All right, so
Unless the person behind you makes it. If the person that is behind you makes it, then you're out. You go sit down.
There's no crying in knockout.
Let's get it.
All right, let's do it. 3, 2, 1.
You gotta score, you gotta score, you gotta score, you gotta score. Get him, get him, get him. You got it, keep shooting, keep shooting. All right, next person, shoot it right after him. Out, out, out. You're out,
No,
you're
you
out.
out. Hemi, you out.
Ready, Tim? Get ready, Tim. Don't get nervous,
Okay.
Tim.
Don't get nervous. Okay.
I'm telling you.
That's bad.
Out.
Yeah, you're out.
I knew
You're
it.
out. I'm sorry.
Oh, 1. You're the last one. It's you.
Come on, Brady.
It's
Come
you.
on, Bray. Come on, you got
Put it
this.
in. Hey, there's an awful lot of yellow
Shoot, shoot,
bandanas
shoot.
up there.
You got a chance to shoot.
It's okay.
Tell me about Tim. What do you think about Tim when you saw him play?
I mean, he's old and he's not gonna make anything. He can't make a shot.
I was embarrassed for him, really. When I saw him shoot that air ball, I was embarrassed. Sorry, Tim.
It's time to get you guys in the ring. Next up is Gaga ball. So Gaga ball, I'm gonna throw the ball up in the air. Let it bounce 3 times. If it hits you below the knee, you're out. You can only hit the ball 1 time. You cannot hit the ball again unless it hits a person or a wall. Got it?
Yep.
All right, y'all gotta back
Throw it up. Throw it up.
Back up.
Throw it up high.
Go!
Ga, ball. Don't let it scare
It's all
you.
right. I'm trying to figure out. Okay.
I'm coming for you, Reese. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you.
I'm gonna need you to protect your
Come on, come on. No. It's your hit. Your hit. Why you don't let him get you? Don't let him get you. Ouch.
See you later, dude. Okay, so hey, this ought to be easy. We got one left.
You're our only hope. Oh, they still have everybody in. Oh, you're out. You're out.
Oh, are you serious?
Come on, bounce out.
God, that's you.
Hit it back in. Oh, you're out. You're out.
Oh,
Sudden death.
there's Malia and me.
Sudden death.
Okay.
All right, go.
Come on, Malia. Hit it.
Okay. Why?
You hit it twice.
Oh!
Yellow team
Hey,
is
Malia,
yet again.
come on.
Woo! Go yellow!
Atta girl.
I thought that I would lose because he's bigger than me, but I ended up winning.
So I'm 0-2. We got one more competition left. I believe that it is archery, which I've at least done before. I got to bring the team back.
Next up, let's see how you guys do with some archery. Guys, the rules. The closest to the heart, the big one in the middle, that's the winner. On your mark, get set, go.
Oh! All right, whenever you're ready. Oh!
Hey, way to go,
nice
buddy.
shot, nice shot.
Good shot.
So that's black for the first round.
Next up.
Nice. Nice, Angel.
Heat's on now.
You got this, Deep.
That's
That was
all right.
good
Good
concentration.
job.
All right, last team up.
Here we go. Hey, where'd Tim go? Anybody see Tim?
No.
Here we go. Oh.
Okay.
Woo!
Did I go in?
Mr. Tim shoot the ball perfectly. I thought the best person was probably Tim. And it's really hard to do archery sometimes. How high tech is this?
Super high tech. You want me to explain some high tech things about it? Now, I know we didn't win the competition, but the kids had fun. I enjoyed teaching them some tricks about archery, which is a fun hobby of mine. Next time, though, we'll be bringing home the gold.
You guys were the shortest team. Yeah, Josh, that included you. The shortest team, the less athletic, and yet you won.
We won. Let's give it up. Come on, yellow team!
You guys did amazing.
Yellow team!
A Moment in History explores significant events in history in bite-sized chunks. For 200 years in the High Middle Ages, Christian knights battled with Muslim warlords for supreme control of Palestine. In September of 1620, the Mayflower left Plymouth, England, on its way to the New World with 102 passengers. In the first several hundred years after Jesus' death and resurrection in the 1st century AD, Christianity was for the most part forced into the underground. That day in 1621, two worlds came together to give thanks for the sovereign God who had brought them together. We're going to explore a military campaign that turned the tide of the Revolutionary War in favor of the Americans. I hope in our time together, you would see and savor the Lord Jesus Christ in a new way. As a lover of history, what more could you want?
Oh, hey there. Are you tired of the same old news that you've been reading just constantly over and over and over, the same things and the same messages? Well, here at FISM, we understand that news needs to be done a little bit differently. And that's why I'm part of the program FISM News. But what does it mean to do news differently? Well, follow me in, I can show you. See, many news stations pretend to be uninfluenced or unbiased while pushing some kind of secret agenda. But we're upfront about who we are. We're Christian, we're conservative, and we give you news that you can trust and depend on them. And obviously it takes more than just me to actually bring you the news. We have a dedicated and passionate team, thank you so much, that aims to bring you the facts and data that you need from the biblical and conservative perspective that we strive towards. Follow us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at FISM News. Be sure to check out our website at fism.tv/news.
Hey Tim, I have someone I'd like you to meet.
I grew up without my father. Just being around Josh, it kind of, helped me out with that. And he's kind of been a second father to me.
Probably around, I don't know, what, middle school did we start hanging out on a consistent basis. When he first started coming as a little boy, had like crazy anger problems. And, he'd have temper tantrums. And it was just cool just to see the impact of the Lord in his life and heart, to take that anger away.
That's awesome.
I believe a lot of that happens just through relationship. We just need someone to walk alongside of us through life and encourage us and strengthen us and pray for us. And that's discipleship. That's what you want to see. You want to pour your life into someone, and that gets modeled to somebody else.
They can pour their life into someone.
Yeah, it's life on life on life on life. And Nasir is a living example of that.
This place has affected you so much. What's the one thing, if you had one thing that you want to make sure you carry on and pass the torch to the new generation, what would that be?
The love that people have here it's something different. Just growing up in the city, and it's not really so much like that. Like worldly love is not like that.
I was only at the camp a brief time, but it was long enough to experience firsthand the love that Nas was describing. Next, we're headed back into town to another hub of activities in Coatesville.
So here is the Bridge Academy and Community Center. This is where we do all of our after-school programs, and this is where we have our church services for Providence Church.
Oh, no kidding.
Coatesville, so love to show you around.
So it's busy more than on just Sunday, huh?
Oh yeah, we're open pretty much every single day of the week.
That's good.
And this is my wife,
Tim.
Jordan.
Nice to meet you, Jordan.
Nice to meet you.
She's the executive director here at the Bridge Academy, and my better half.
The mission of the Bridge is to equip youth and families with the tools necessary for academic achievement, life skills, creative expression, spiritual growth, and leadership. The Bridge has been here since 2002, and I actually started volunteering in 2003, and that's how we met.
And this is where we fell in love. So, right here, serving together, and it was always awkward because like the little kids would be like, "Do you like Jordan, Mr. Josh?" And she'd be standing right there, and I'd be like, "Well, she, kinda, sorta." Finally, I got the guts to ask her out, and the rest is history.
My eye caught this immediately when I walked in and saw this giant mural on my left here. What is this?
Our students came up with the idea for the whole thing, but it's called Darkness to Light. So they picked different scenes from Coatesville that they wanted to put onto this mural that represented the negatives, the positives, and the future. We
had an arson come in the early 2000s and literally set fire to city blocks. Well, that's kind of like the memorial that you see anytime there's been a murder, anytime there's been a child loss of life. And then you have the needle and the gun, drugs and violence and
absent parent.
Yeah, absent parent there. You got the steel mill and some history. The basketball courts is a huge highlight in the summer. And then at the top, you see the multitude of culture. You have the black, white, Hispanic, the peace, the love, and just the together, the prayer, all eyes fixed upwards towards the Lord.
Josh and Jordan gave me a quick tour of the rest of the building. It was cool to hear how each room is being used to instruct and encourage kids and their families. I also got a chance to sit down with some Bridge Academy alumni and hear testimony of the hope shared by both the Bridge Academy and the Kranz family.
Just growing up here, it's like any other big city that you grow up in. It's poverty, it's violence, all of that kind of stuff.
Growing up, I lived in a house with 13 plus people in a 4-bedroom home. When your mom is the only one that's paying the rent and paying all the bills by herself, it's kind of tough, and you think that there's no hope.
I grew up coming to the Bridge since I was probably about 6 years old, and then I grew up going to the camp as well.
I'm glad that I found out that the Bridge is a place where I can find hope.
It's a big deal.
The impact that Josh has had and still is having on my life is awesome. Like, he's a mentor, he's a brother, he's a friend, he's a father figure.
They actually took me into their family when I was in 9th grade. My mom went to rehab and I didn't really have nobody. When you turn 15, you kind of at the age where you're gonna pick a path in life. While I was going downhill, they came and helped me out.
He's a true father figure to me. He never gives up on not only me, but the other guys that you guys have interviewed.
I would just tell him thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for everything that you do for everybody in the community, and just continue to keep doing it and don't stop. Even though you feel discouraged because sometimes things don't go how you want them to go, or people aren't changing, and sometimes the work that y'all are doing in the community may go unnoticed to certain people, but not to everybody, and it's still hope.
Hey, what you reading?
Well, I got off Facebook again, and I can't stand Twitter. I can't even get on it, honestly. Yeah, really. So I thought, you know, maybe if I went a little old school, I'd get some old school journalism, you know, something really
Hard hitting. Yeah. Well, are you getting it?
I mean,
can I take a look at least?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can already tell from the headlines this just isn't gonna cut it, you know?
It's awful.
It's a shame, I know. You know, if I was doing the news, I'd do it a little bit different from what everyone else is doing.
Yeah, me too.
DOJ quietly ended Trump's policy
Union
of
or
withholding
KNU
federal funding to governors of sanctuary cities.
Our goal here at the ministry is to expose Jesus for all that he is, all that he means, and all that he can do.
Here at FISM TV, we create content that's both family-friendly and informative, but rooted in the gospel.
What gets me the most excited about the potential of the ministry is all the things that we are doing here. We have gone from a single show of financial issues to so many different things.
Welcome to FISM News. The situation at the border worsens.
More and more Americans want required voter ID.
And a massive hacking spree compromises the email.
Moving on 5.
I can turn people up here too.
You're now stepping into this freedom and faith in this new life.
Freedom's a gift.
Yeah.
It's not a reward, it's a gift.
It's not judging to say, hey, let's get this in check.
You can stream FISM TV on your phone, on your computer, on your TV at home, so you can always stay with us.
I'm here at the Bridge Academy and Community Center, where Josh is going to be leading a mentorship program with young men. We got drumsticks and buckets. I wonder how it's all going to go down.
The concept of the drums, you know, I might ask somebody to do a beat and then everybody joins in. And it sounds really cool. The drumming is just an easy way to get guys to open up. There's something about music that just grabs everybody's attention. I was in a Christian hip hop group for about 10 years, and we toured all around, me and 2 other guys, and we were called the Point Men.
This beat is getting me to speak about the liberty that we can peep in life and see the Christ that the scriptures teach.
It wasn't like I grew up and was like, I want to be a rapper someday, or I want to be a Christian rapper. It was just a ministry tool to be able to share the truth of Christ with kids that was what they connected with. Today we're talking about how to respect your mother, and out of that, how are we supposed to honor, respect, and care for women?
I'm so excited to hear how Josh will encourage these young men, all while laying down the beat.
Every week we pick a different topic. Last week was how men build one another up. This week we're going to actually talk about women. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to flip our buckets over, grab our drumsticks. I'm going to point somebody out. They're going to give us a little beat. And a couple rhythms in, we're just gonna follow, we're gonna play. As soon as I go like this with my sticks, we stop. I'm actually gonna ask Tim to start us off today. Tyrone, I'm gonna ask Tyrone to give us something. All right, well, let's see it. Let's see it, baby. Tahir. Tahir, just something simple, Tahir. Just something simple.
Good one.
That was good.
Good beat.
That was good. First thing we're going to talk about is our moms. What are some ways that we can honor and respect our moms? Do your chores, that's right.
Taking heed to the words that they say, even if it don't necessarily connect at the time.
And one of the first things she said is, I know when you're not listening to me.
Yeah. This is the way a real man treats a woman. He honors, he respects, he loves, he cares for her.
The way that I was raised, you was raised to be a playboy. You was raised to have a lot of women. You wasn't raised to just be, with one woman. Like, I know that all these guys can relate. And I didn't realize how much damage that I was doing.
Women are special, Even if you don't feel that way about them, they should be handled with a certain type of care or respect.
Men are not supposed to hit another woman. Real men don't hit women. We don't touch them when they don't want to be touched. If a bunch of girls were to walk in a room right now, right, and need a seat, what is a man supposed to do? Yeah, you give your seat up.
It is so cool to see men from the community standing in the gap for the younger generation. My time in Coatesville is quickly coming to an end, but before I leave, I want to ask Josh about his future plans for the ministry.
One of the things that I'm praying through right now, I'd love to have a bigger facility. I'm a basketball guy. I love playing basketball. I'd love to have a gym that kids could come to at night to get them off the streets. That's one of my dreams that we're praying about and asking the Lord to provide the resources in the right place.
That's what he does.
The other thing is I want to finish the race well. Ministry's hard.
I got something for you. Hit that space bar.
What's up, Josh? When I think about you, man, there's two words that I think about. Number one is authenticity. I've never seen a more authentic and genuine man than you. And second is passion. Passion is a willingness to endure the pain for something that's greater than the pain. When I see both your authenticity and your passion, I get encouraged and I get excited, and I'm grateful to be partnering with brothers like you.
That was awesome. And that's one of the men that God's placed in my life to walk alongside of me, to disciple and mentor me, and it's pretty encouraging.
I praise the Lord for your presence here, and I've only known you for a little bit. This man knows you a long time, and I want to confirm what he's saying.
Well, I appreciate that. It's awesome. That was a treat for me, for sure.
Passion and authenticity. Wow. We need more good guys like Josh that build communities by showing the love of Christ. I pray that Josh is able to build that gym for the kids and grow his impact for Christ. In Jesus' name.